The impacts of climate change continue to affect our people. And we also know that the impacts of climate change will exacerbate biodiversity loss. And we also know that biodiversity loss is irreversible. Now, what can we do at this time and age to ensure that we bring all of our collective experiences, our expertise together, so that as a collective, we can advance our biodiversity goals towards minimizing the impacts of climate change?
It's time that we take actions, that we move forward collectively and show the world what solutions we have in the Pacific that could become an example for the rest of the world.
It is my great honor to welcome you all to the official opening of the in-person session of the Intra-Pacific Learning Exchange. I encourage each one of you to bring your stories, your wisdom and your creativity into this space. Listen, share, challenge and learn from one another.
This is a place where we will learn from your experiences, your ideas, and we will also share what we know, and maybe we will also design some new solutions for the future. So everyone here in the next 6 days will be a teacher and also be a student.
So this event is really a very exciting opportunity for the Pacific conservation leaders to meet and exchange.
So prior to having a meeting here in Auckland, we had online sessions, and the reason was that we wanted them to be engaged and be part of this learning before we come and meet in person. And we're all looking forward to achieving the desired outcomes, which is learning, sharing, understanding, designing our own solutions, looking at innovation, and seeing what our common challenges are. So there's a lot of things that we have that we hope that we'll be able to achieve out of this.
For this session here, I'd like to give everyone the opportunity to tell your story.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Nicolia and I'm 20 years of age, and one of the issues that we faced in the Cook Islands is taramea, which is the crown of thorns. So what we do is we remove these crown of thorns from our reefs as we try to protect the corals, and because we also have a lot of taro plantations, so we use these tarameas and crown of thorns as fertilizers for our plantations, and we now plant these tarameas underneath there, and it's used as fertilizers. So some without and some with.
Oh wow, and so young. Congratulations, thank you.
In this learning exchange, we have people from different walks of life, be as MPA managers, rangers, or they could be government officials, or we also have people from different women's groups, faith-based groups, youth representatives, people from academia. So we have a whole range of people.
So my name is Janita Inabolson and I work for a national non-profit in Australia. Our really core goal is to end inappropriate development over large intact areas of cultural landscape, and we work with traditional custodians on the ground to help protect the area how they want that protected.
This whole workshop is an opportunity for practitioners from the region to come and share about what they're doing in the communities that they work in. But not only that, it's an opportunity for them to not feel so isolated. It's for them to feel reassured that there are other practitioners just like them and that we are all facing the same challenges. And it's an opportunity for us to learn from each other so that together as the Pacific, we can live in harmony with nature and prosper.
Basically what we do is we try to plant trees along the coast to protect soil erosion, because most of the communities along the coast experience soil erosion, so that's basically what we do. Yeah.
Some of the common messages that were coming out was nature-based solutions that you're doing. You're making use of traditional structures, traditional knowledge that already exists, and you're enhancing it. Yeah, this is very interesting. Thank you. We are the bridge. We are the bridge. These are all our stories put together in this poster. When we put all our hands together with the little work that we do, we may see it as insignificant because it's so little, but then when we all put all our hands together, we can build a bridge.
The work that we do requires the efforts of many. It requires the efforts of the collective. And therefore, what is valuable about this convening is bringing people together to share that knowledge, to learn from each other, and to find opportunities where we can continue to build this body of knowledge that we can use to advance our work.
Several times when we talk about Target 3, we get too much caught up onto technical things, the text, the terms and goals and quantitative and qualitative, but we fail to connect those who are the actual practitioners with the ambitions. So we are bringing the practitioners, the decision makers, the policy makers, the women, the youth, the academia, all of them together, and we are able to connect those dots together because they play such a significant role. So that's one of the main reasons why we're here.
And we learn how powerful.
This event is part of a big journey that started in 2012 when the BIOPAMA program started. BIOPAMA is about building the world of protected and conserved areas in Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific countries. And as part of that vision, capacity building, learning the skills on how to manage protected and conserved areas is really one of the main objectives of the program. With the BIOPAMA program, we've organized capacity building trainings and workshops, and we estimate that more than 2,000 protected and conserved areas practitioners have benefited from the variety of trainings across the years. The first learning exchange was organized in Nairobi. We brought together grantees from across Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific. It was an incredible event, and we realized that we need to do it again.
And then as recent as last year, we went to Malindi in Kenya, where again took a group of people from the Pacific who were sharing their experiences on marine protected areas, because, you know, we are all ocean states and we have large ocean states.
Also, BIOPAMA has funded 160 projects, from very small to large projects, some with a very creative way of associating community-based organizations with bigger NGOs, some of them addressing the challenges that the world has faced with the COVID-19 pandemic.
So one component is actually implementing conservation interventions at community level or a national level, but beyond that is to actually be able to access the grants, manage the grants, and undertake your monitoring and reporting. So there are different dimensions in how we've worked with communities, and all that has culminated into what we are doing here in Auckland as a grand way of learning, sharing.
This is the third event, and again, we're very lucky to have the opportunity to really build also our knowledge, but build this community.
Our island countries and territories are being called upon to strengthen the establishment, recognition, and effective management of protected and conserved areas, to implement nature-based solutions, and to integrate indigenous and traditional knowledge into climate adaptation in ways that are both meaningful and enduring. And as custodian of the land, we have a responsibility to preserve the land for our generation, because it is a source of food for us. For me, when we talk about nature, we talk about God's creation. That means to me that God selected us to look over and take care and preserve His creation.
But sometimes we, the humans, live on this planet like we are the only occupants. No. There's animals, there's even grass. Without us, the birds sees the balance of life, they can balance themselves out. It is our greed. It is our greed that is causing the imbalance. So what is important as leaders and influencers of what we can do during our time is to use and call on the wisdom. The wisdom to do what we need to do at this time, in our generation.
Faith gives commitment, gives leadership. So we thought, why not acknowledge that this is our strength? Let's use that as well. As we are getting closer to 30 by 30, we must use all avenues that are available to us to move progressively.
Each group represents a community from the Pacific. When you come here, you are going to do a media press release or press statement. After that, the rest of the group will then question you as the media. So you are speaking to the media and the group is the media.
And so is there any pressing issue that in your project or your work that you want to address? Are there specific species that you're protecting?
Yes.
What is it?
That's tree kangaroo.
Huh?
Tree kangaroo?
Tree
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Yeah. Tree kangaroo is a flagship species in use. That's one little part north of Papua New Guinea, which this species is only found in there. Because of the climate change, we have the invasive species that is also a threat that is going into the area. I think the challenge here is we need manpower, so capacity building is another thing.
So one of your biggest challenge is manpower. You need people in this community to participate in the work that you're doing. Why is it so hard to get people to help you?
So I don't speak the same language as the locals there. So I need people from the village to help with so that's something.
And so would you like this press conference to be that? You have a challenge, you have a manpower issue, your people in your communities do not have the capacity. So you're sharing this to targeting the younger, educated people in this community to come and support your work.
To this animal.
I see.
Okay. Trying to reach out to the younger generation.
All right, so this is what we're going to be doing. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
We are calling out to the elites of the youth area to help us with to carry out community awareness.
And we can't do it alone. We want a whole holistic approach for us to bring back the species that we're really proud of.
Okay, thank you. I love your initiative. It's a great program. You are targeting youths that are educated to come back to work. A lot of times youths don't want to come back because there are greener pastures outside of the community. So what are some initiatives that you have set up so that you can influence them and make them want to come back and bring their education with them to the community?
As you know, some of the people in the team are not local. And so mentoring program is part of the initiative. And once they're mentored and are interested in doing this work, we will get support to get them on board and work in this community.
Our vision is to achieve 30 by 30, but if we don't know how to write a press conference, or if we don't know how to talk with communities or different sectors or different stakeholders involved, then we might not be able to go there. So this workshop is designed in such a way that every person who's coming to the room has some strong ability to do something, whether it's doing a press conference, coordinating a meeting, facilitating a stakeholder consultation. So looking at that as the strengths as a collective group, and then we take that and we build up on that to achieve our global ambition or regional ambition.
It's the second day now, but I think I've learned so much during these 2 days. Yeah.
have got our own stories to tell and share, but we want to see something that we haven't seen. And Auckland is very close to the rest of the Pacific, and we are not even aware what they're doing.
Well, morena koutou, everyone. Tiritiri Mātangi is a scientific reserve, so that means everything out here is protected. And what you see today is actually pretty impressive. About 280,000 native plants were planted here over the course of 20-odd years. As the native forest has started to develop, that's allowed for a whole lot of species reintroduction. So a lot of New Zealand native species that survived in other parts of the country were able to be moved here as well.
And the whole idea was to provide a habitat and a safe place for the native birds.
Probably the biggest bird on the island, but yeah, very quiet most of the time.
Do you experience things like drought at times?
Yes, we do. And the trees, a lot of them suffer.
How about bushfire?
Not on the island. We haven't had them for years.
Oh, no, it's beautiful.
Are there termites in the island?
Sorry?
Termites?
Oh, no. You don't have termites.
No termites here?
No termites.
Not in New Zealand?
No.
Oh, wow.
Australia's got termites.
Oh, termites.
A lot.
Yeah, once it gets into the trees.
No, we don't have termites.
Are there any crab species on island?
Yes. Yeah.
Do they become invasive on birds and stuff, especially coconut crabs?
Oh, no, we don't have that sort of crab,
All right.
no.
Okay,
Only in the
that's
sea.
good.
Only in the sea.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
To having an island free of invasive species, that's just so amazing.
This is bottom-up conservation, which most of you are doing on your islands, and really it was the vision of the lighthouse keeper here. You know, the lesson is one person with a vision can create something that is going to benefit hundreds of thousands.
That has inspired me to do a similar work back home, maybe to convince people who own smaller islands to start something like that, similar to Tiritiri Mātangi.
We know protected areas can stop runaway climate change. It's a much more positive way of thinking about it but just the ambition to have 30% of the world set aside, 30% restored by 2030. And we know these countries can lead us to this future and prevent sea level rise that affects their islands. We know the answers in nature. And it's how do we get this going? And this is really what we're aiming to do here in Auckland is how do we amplify? So the World Commission on Protected Areas, part of this is how do we set the standards? You know, how do we know that a protected area is actually, you know, that's the value that we bring to this sort of workshop. And then how we actually help train people, because we're going to need to double the numbers of protected area managers in the next 5 years if we achieve 30 by 30. So it's how we bring together our office in Fiji with Pacific nations and the opportunities that New Zealand and Australia can give back to the Pacific.
I'd just like to thank everyone for educating the Pacific Islanders who are represented here today. They've come from very different environments to come and see the hard work and the achievements that you've actually achieved here on the island. So we hope that they'll take back some of the lessons. Thank you very much. Vinako Pagalevu from everyone from Fiji and the Pacific.
So for someone to create solutions, they need to see some solutions and create their own solutions. So we come here, we observe, we learn, and we see what we can take home and do something similar at our own national level.
This is what's called the 8th continent. You know, there are more species up in the tree leaves and that than are on the ground. We don't know about them.
So we took them out on the different sites. We looked at what they're doing at those sites in terms of their planning, in terms of conservation interventions. And it gave us an ability to not only think and strategize, but more importantly, to question why can we not do this, or why or how we can do differently.
It is good to see a different type of management compared to that we are used to in the Pacific, and to see how they have done what they have done and how they have managed and how they've secured fundings and the way they govern the area. So yeah, I really appreciate it, and it's something that we should do more often.
Putting this activity in this program, I saw it as very necessary, and me as a forester and also activist in conservation, and there are a lot of things that I've learned here that I will also put back into practice when I go back to Solomon Islands. Conservation is living your knowledge, so sharing and seeing is believing.
We can talk about it, but without observing, without seeing what exactly happens, what's been done and how it's been done is very difficult to learn. So it opens up the lens of how we look at things. So site-based learning was such an important part of the overall objectives of this event.
This land is all Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei owned, so it's a very special thing for us to be able to be here. But essentially the aim of the game here is to figure out the best way to bring back a native forest.
So it was just bare land?
Yeah, this was pretty much all bare land. It was just grass and nothing else.
Have you observed any dispersal of seeds from outside the living?
We haven't yet. It's a bit too early to really tell. Yeah, 6 years in forest time is like...
yeah.
Like not even
like
a second. Yeah. It's very special having these sort of older, more experienced people come through, because they have so much knowledge already and have that connection to nature already, and have so many questions. So for this plant ID activity, you're gonna look for these bamboo stakes. You have 6 species to find. You have about 10 minutes to get everything in.
Okay guys, hurry up! Hurry!
That's number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, go.
Not wavy.
Not wavy.
Not wavy.
Longer than 3 centimeters.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not
okay.
wavy.
Totara.
Tara.
Yeah,
okay.
another one.
Okay,
How many
left?
Last two.
Hurry! Hey, come on!
Those are all of your answers?
Yeah.
How do you guys think you did?
We got it all
right.
right.
You got it all right? You feel confident?
Yeah.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Nice, you That was quick, team. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna need to hire you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
The idea is that you can only learn when you are enjoying. When you are bored, you don't learn. And we were doing serious business, but that serious business is done in a way that people are not only learning, but also enjoying the process, because this is what we really want to do. And we can only do this if we're enjoying it. So we added those small elements of fun, a little bit of excitement in it, so that everybody enjoys and learns, and they will remember it for the rest of their life, because this experience that we have given them, I think, is going to stay for a very, very long time.
Do you have any specific conservation goals that you can share with us?
Species recovery. There's also one around conservation technology, so using different kind of technology tools to experiment. And then the last one is weaving Indigenous thought. So how do we work with
iwi partners so that we have joint conservation goals, so that we can have good, firm goals focused on a species.
Iwi is the Maori tribe that have whakapapa to a certain area, and they have kaitiakitanga, they have guardianship over those lands and over the animals and the plants that are on those lands. And it's absolutely their responsibility to care for those animals and our responsibility to help them care. And therefore partnering with iwi is absolutely essential part of the planning process and the delivery of conservation programs in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
A lot of conservation work here is driven by Māori communities, hapu and iwi. There have been huge efforts to revive or to hold on to traditional ecological knowledge and use it alongside science. Some of the best examples, the best results from these government-funded national science challenges were projects that upheld Māori traditional knowledge and worked with Māori communities.
Because we need to involve the local community. They are the people of the land. They are the custodians of the land.
Indigenous people, when they look after their environment, it's not to tick boxes like the rest of us that work for organizations, where we have to tick boxes and get paid and then go home, and then at the end of our work, career, that's it. Whereas the Indigenous people, they are there for their survival. And more importantly, because they are related to the land. The land and the sea is part of them.
Community-led means it's not driven by an NGO, it's not driven by a foreign government, it's not driven purely for economic gain. Community-led says to me it's about engagement and ownership of the people who are in place.
So all these principles that the modern science, nature-based solution, we've been practicing this all our lives in our culture. It's just science has a better language to talk about it because it's common across, but when you go to each culture, everybody uses nature-based solution. So the reason why it's being depleted is because we are chasing the money. We've lost our stewardship and the whole concept of, conserving. We're conserving our, how do I say this?
Yeah, we are more commercial than subsistence.
Yes, it's more commercial, so we're going to it.
Because of our traditional ties to the nature.
Yes.
Maybe the entire aspect.
Tie back to our tradition.
Yes.
So going back to our roots as people. We depend on the land, we depend on the ocean. Not necessarily the livelihood, but if we care for the land will care for us.
Yeah, if you're a steward, if you're a traditional steward, and then that's why I asked you, why did you have to say that? Because we're corrupted. We're getting corrupted, in this world, and then that's why we are losing everything. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So it's not just conservation that we're strengthening, but for us, strengthening our culture as well.
In the Pacific, we have our cultural setup where people come up with the strength that they have in their communities. So for us to achieve this deti, we need all these cultural aspects or cultural rules to be implemented. And we need a holistic approach, as inclusive as we want to be. We need to include the women, people with special needs into this conversation and into the storytelling that we shared.
How can we utilize these platforms to continue to elevate the strength of Pacific indigeneity and what Pacific people bring to the table in terms of what we know, what are Pacific ways of knowing, doing, and being that will help us with the prevention of biodiversity loss? How can we maximize opportunities where our own people, their knowledge systems, their ways of doing and ways of knowing could contribute to elevating our objectives and our goals around conservation of nature? congratulations to all of you and well done for being so engaging, for being so committed, and for bringing your whole selves to this process. As people who have put up their hand to contribute to the conservation of nature so that our young children will have something when they grow up.
Thank you for coming to Aotearoa. If you're from the Pacific, you're our elders here in New Zealand. We're your teina, your younger ones. So we're always looking to learn from you.
I have now seen beyond the horizon. Now my vision of conservation is a bit deeper, and I know that I'm not here for just for the sake of being here, but I'm here for a purpose, and that I am hoping to build from here and do something worthwhile for conservation, for nature, back home.
They are well equipped with knowledge, ideas. They know how to use the tools. Maybe they haven't mastered the art of doing everything, but what they have mastered is the ability to look at someone's solution and develop their own, look at someone's challenge and turn it into an opportunity. I think that's the greatest thing that we can do for the Pacific.
It has been very inspirational, and I have learned so much from it. And I think the challenge now is going back and how do I implement this in my own capacity, as well as for everyone who is attending. In the capacity that you have, how can you implement the learnings that we've all gained from here in our own space?
What we have done is we've brought all of them on the same platform, and now they have a shared knowledge, shared ideas, they have understood the concepts that needs to be done. So we are putting this whole cream of the Pacific into the pool, and it's gonna just explode the whole Pacific with this knowledge that we have, and we can harness that.
I would like to say thank you so much, IUCN. I am one of the grantees from BirdLife International. It has been a journey to be part of BIOPAMA from day zero, day one, till the last day. And it's a great pleasure to be sharing the knowledge, and I look forward to more endeavors in the future.
BIOPAMA has been around for 12 years, and it has truly impacted in the most positive way the world of protected and conserved areas. From the local actions that we've funded through the grants component, to the regional cooperation that has been enhanced and strengthened through this program, to the way that we influenced the decision-making at the global level through the examples and the success stories collected through this program.
We are very thankful to BIOPAMA for the support that it provided us. Within our own region, at least it provided us some opportunity on understanding from outside how the other countries or people are also doing.
I think we have our own lessons learned, our own journey in the last 12 years. It's a great time that before we complete this project, we look at those as reflections and see how we can connect better and mobilize those resources and achieve the key conservation goals. You're just going to pass the rope, so I'm passing, for example, I'm going to pass my rope to someone and I'll say why I'm giving this rope to you. This is my connection with you.
For me, everywhere I go, all the participants are my friends, and it's hard for me to choose one today.
For me, it has to be Dr. Winnie. The reason being, she inspired me to go back and study. Not to start with my BSc, but to further do my master's. As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. And yes, I am hoping to continue, keep in touch with them, learn from each other. And yeah, it will be it's more like a sisters and brother relationship now.
Like we learned this week, we have to preach, work together, collaborate, and then so that this work of vision have to achieve.
So this is like our web we have created in the last couple of days. So every person here plays such an important role for the conversation that we have in the Pacific, which is to keep our biodiversity alive. Please keep this alive. if this is not alive, one of the key ambitions that we had for this workshop that we had designed will go down.
One person holding the rope is not going to take us anywhere. Even two people holding the rope together is not going to take us very far. It takes many, many people with their strengths, with their experiences, with their knowledge to help us progress this work and advance our outcomes.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you. I don't know if you guys have learned anything from me and my other colleague, but we came with an empty basket and now we're going back overflowing. And I think that's what this exchange is about.
We came to Auckland as a separate voice, but we live as one strong choir, singing the same song for our Pacific. Back home, I work with numbers, lots of the time, and reports back to Tuvalu. But this week, you will give those numbers a heart. You show me the true meaning of strength. The connections we made here are now our golden road. This road will then connect Tuvalu to Fiji, to the Kingdom of Tonga, and to all our beautiful Pacific Islands. When the wave gets high, we hold this road tight, and no one will be swept away. So let us go home and put this energy to work. That be the leaders of our island. We are the Pacific, and we are not sinking, we are rising.
We are in good hands. The Pacific is in good hands. And I would like to believe that all of us play a role to ensure that, again, the right resources are in the right place and used in the right way, at the right time, by the right people, for the right purpose.
We often talk about things like narratives, and that, in some instances, you have a narrative about the Pacific that's someone else, that's non-Pacific, not from this region, that's built for us. But through these exchanges, through these learning opportunities, we can rewrite those narratives. We can rewrite those stories so that it truly reflects the strengths that we bring to the table, our resilience and adaptability, and our own unity around things that matter to us and things that are important.
That's the way we have been traditionally. And so maintaining that tradition from the past, and today we continue as one family, as one Pacific, and that's the way it's going to be into the future.